Many examples exist of people choosing to make sacrifices for the well-being of themselves and others. Parents for their children, friends for friends, doctors for their patients, spouses for each other, siblings for parents, the list goes on and on. The call of sacrifice is mostly a personal decision for a better coexistence for those we know and love. However, while the choice remains largely true for our American soldiers and veterans, their duties call for the ultimate sacrifice, most of the time going unrewarded, and more sadly, often unrecognized. I recently read that less than 17% of Americans admitted to having only a remote idea of the sacrifices American soldiers make for this country every day. Loyalty to country is one of the greatest values a U.S. soldier adheres to during and after their service. These values are evident through their allegiance towards the U.S. Constitution and the United States flag. The very least we can do is to thank them for their service and genuinely appreciate their efforts. It is suitable that the depth of their sacrifice and the amount of their achievements and triumphs has earned the United States the title of the greatest nation on earth. For this, I would like to thank all servicemen and women and veterans across our great nation and those who have gathered with us here today. Thank you for your service. So now I would like to recognize those veterans who have gathered here with us today. Mr. Jeremiah Story, National Guard, would you step forward, please? Officer David Hall, would you please step forward? Miss Wanda Smith. Mr. Hans Heaton. And now I have a list of other veterans on campus. If you're here and I did not call your name and you're a veteran, please raise your hand. A list of the other veterans that we have on campus that are probably preparing for class or just haven't made it out yet this morning. Mr. Dane Blanchard, National Guard. Ron Enos, Navy. Jim Isom, Air Force. Trey McCool, Army. Chris New, Air Force. And Ray Trower, Army. If there are others I missed, again, I apologize. This is the list that I have of our current veterans, students and staff. So again, thank you for your service. Okay, now we are going to have the raising of the flag.
Will everyone please join me in saying the pledge? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Now I'd like to welcome Hans Heaton, a veteran and student here at UACCM.
Thank you. Good morning, and welcome to the UACCM Veterans Day ceremony. I appreciate everyone coming early and taking the time to be here today. Thank you, Ms. Bryan, for asking me to speak this morning. The United States has two patriotic holidays that honor the military, and there often seems to be a bit of confusion about them. Indulge me for a moment as I explain. The first is celebrated on the last Monday in May. For many, Memorial Day is a day of work, or day off work, a day to spend with family, and the last day of a long weekend. But what does Memorial Day really mean? Memorial Day began as Decoration Day in 1868 to honor Civil War graves with flowers, and was observed on May the 30th when flowers would be in bloom all over the country. After World War I, the day was expanded to honor those who died in all American wars. Decoration Day became Memorial Day in 1971, and the observance was changed to the last Monday in May. It is now a day to remember those who have died in service to our nation. If you wish anyone a happy Memorial Day, please be aware that your words may have a much different meaning to someone who may be grieving a lost loved one. The second is celebrated on November the 11th, today, Veterans Day. Following World War I, unknown soldiers were buried in prominent places in the United States, England, and France in memorial gestures that all took place on November the 11th. In recognition of the end of World War I at 11 a.m., November the 11th, 1918. This was also known as the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month. Officially becoming Armistice Day in 1926, Congress recognized it as a national holiday in 1938. Armistice Day formally became Veterans Day in 1954, honoring all veterans. Memorial Day is about remembering and honoring every single man and woman who died to secure the freedoms that we enjoy today. Veterans Day celebrates the men and women who have served our country. Memorial Day is about the dead. Today, Veterans Day is about those who remain. When I was a boy playing a nighttime hide-and-seek game using a flashlight that we called Spotlight, I dreamed of one day being an Army Ranger and owning the night. I never became an Army Ranger, but I did join the military. I began my military career in 1987 when I joined the United States Navy, deploying twice in my 6 years of service and literally sailing around the world during the first. After leaving active duty, I found that my calling to serve was not over. I joined the Arkansas Army National Guard, and in 21 years, I've been deployed for state active duty for flooding in Desert and for Hurricane Katrina in New Orleans, and I was deployed to Iraq as part of Operation Iraqi Freedom. Every Veterans Day, I take a moment to remember those I've served with and think of those that I haven't. Because as veterans, we share a unique bond forged in our service. Over the years, I have received thanks for my service many times. And initially, I was uncomfortable by the recognition that I received because being in the spotlight was never my desire or intention. But now, I express my own appreciation to everyone who takes a moment to recognize my service and the service of each of our veterans. As a group, we gather here today to recognize the service and sacrifice of all veterans who serve, whether in peacetime or conflict. Let me say to every veteran present here today, thank you, brother or sister, for your service, your sacrifice, your dedication to our citizens and our nation. I stand here with you. Thank you.
Thank you, Hans. Thank you. Thank you guys so much for coming out this morning, honoring our veterans, as we should every day, but especially today. We do have some breakfast, coffee inside. And if you're a student who came this morning, thank you so much. If you'll get with our student activities board in there, we'll get you a little ticket, which can get you a sweatshirt, as most of you probably know. So thank you again for coming. If you are a veteran, if you'll hang tight so we can grab a picture. Once again, thank you, and y'all have a good day.